Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to the class. Today we will going to discuss about the operating system, chapter 6. Okay, so let's introduce. Why does the computer need an operating system? An operating system is a program that acts as interface between a user and the hardware. Okay, it is act as an interface between the user and hardware. It is a set of programs which controls the working of the CPU and all the peripheral devices attached to it. Okay, how it works? It is a set of program which control the working of the CPU, that is called a central processing unit, and all the peripheral devices attached to it. Okay, the major function of the operating system can be listed as user interface, then your process management, third is your memory management, fourth is your device management, fifth is your file management, and the sixth is your detection of errors. So let's discuss about the first one, user interface. It provides a friendly interface between the user and the computer. Okay, it is responsible for handling various types of input, for example from the keyboard, mouse, microphone, and managing that output in the different output devices. Okay, this is the work of your user interface. Now next is your process management. The operating system manages the process taking place in the computer. The computer is a multitasking machine which serves process taking place at the same time. It is a multitasking machine which several process takes place in the same time, okay, in same place. The operating systems decide which process is to be allocated to the processor and for how long. This is the work of your operating system. It decide which process is to be allotted to the processor and for how long time. Okay, this is the work of your process management. The next is your memory management. Each task of the computer being executed needs computer memory. Whatever task it executed in the computer, that is need your computer memory. The memory system or the operating system allocates memory resources for the execution of a task and delocates it when one task is done. This is the work of your memory management. Next is your disk and file system management. The operating system organize and keep track of files and folder on the computer storage device such as the hard disk or CD etc. Okay, what the disk file management do? The operating system it organize and keep the tracks of files and folders on the computer storage devices such as your hard disk or CD etc. It controls the naming, accessing, protecting and using of files. This is about your disk and file system management. Getting? Next is device management. There are several principal devices attached to the computer such as the keyboard, mouse, speaker, microphone etc. Okay, there are several peripheral devices are attached with your computer. They are such your keyboard, mouse, speaker, microphone etc. Operating system have programmed called device driver which manage these devices. Okay, the operating system is having a program that's called as device driver which control the devices. Okay, the operating system coordinate the working of the various devices. So the operating system it coordinate with the various devices. This is the work of your device management. Now let's see about the device drive. Okay, device drivers, when peripherals like your printer, video adapter, scanner, digital cameras are attached to the computer system, they require device drivers to work. Okay, if anything like your printer or scanner or digital camera they are attached with your computer, they need your device drivers to work. Device drivers are programs which allows the operating system and the other computer programs to interact with the hardware. Okay, for example, printer drivers tell the operating system and the program which is printing exactly how to be printed in the information on the page. Okay, sound card drivers tell the operating system how to translate the first sound or second sound to make the mp3 file into the audio signals. This is how it's work. Okay, now let's see about the detection of error. How to detect. The operating system is also responsible for detecting any type of error that occurs and then properly handling them or giving an error message. For example, if the keyboard is not attached at the time of booting, then the kernel is a computer program that is the core of the operating system. Okay, the kernel controls the entire computer system. Okay, when the computer is started, the kernel is one of the first programs to get loaded into the memory. The kernel program is written in the protected area of the memory, which protects it from being overwritten. It manages the communication between hardware and software components of the computer system. It also manages the memory and peripherals like your keyboard, monitor, printers, and your speakers. Okay, the kernel program introduce or instruct the CPU how to process the data received from the application software. Okay, this kernel programs it instruct the CPU how to process the data received from the application software. This is how it works. Now let's see the type of operating system which we have. Okay, so first, operating system can be classified as below. First is your single user operating system. Okay, so what is single user operating system? Single user operating systems are run on personal computer which are used by one person at a time. Okay, what is the single user operating system? It is a operating system and it is run by a personal computer which are used by one person at a time. This type of OS is very easy to use and understand. Since there is only one user, there is no conflict of resource allocation. Okay. Windows is single user OS. Windows is a single user OS. Now let's see about the multi-user operating system. A multi-user operating system allows more than one user to access the computer at the same time. Okay, a multi-operating system it allows the user to use it more than one person at the same time. In this technique, mostly a network of computer is established. In this technique, mostly a network of computers is established. Multi-terminals are attached with a host computer and more than one user can operate the terminals. For example, you can see the Unix, VMS are the powerful multi-user operating system. These are the some powerful multi-user operating system. With this operating system, more than one person can use simultaneously, same time the same operating system. Now, let's see about the multi-processing operating system. Multiprocessing refers to the ability of a computer system to support more than one process or program at the same time. Multiprocessing refers to the ability of a computer system to support more than one process at the same time. Multiprocessing operating systems enable several programs to run concurrently or simultaneously. Unix is one of the most widely used multiprocessing system, but there are many others. Okay, Unix is the most widely used multiprocessing system, but many others are there operating systems. Next is your time sharing operating system. In this type of OS, a number of terminals are attached to the computer and each terminal has direct access to main computer. As you can see here, in this type of computer or OS, a number of terminals are there and they are attached to the computer and each terminal has direct access to the main computer. User can communicate with the main computer through various terminals. Multiple jobs are executed by the CPU by switching between jobs and as the operating system allocates a fixed time slice to each program. This time slice is of 10 to 100 milliseconds. As soon as the time allocated to the program is finished, the CPU started executing another program. This is how the time sharing operating system works. Now let's see the real-time operating system. A real-time operating system is a data processing system in which the time interval requires to process and respond to input in various small. You can see here that a real-time operating system is a data processing system in which the time interval required to process and respond to input is very small. If there is a delay in response, it could be destructed. Okay. Now, scientific experiments, medical imaging systems, industrial control system, weapon systems, robots, home appliances controls, air traffic control system. These are the some example of your real-time operating system. Okay, this all uses your real-time operating system. Now let's talk about the networking operating system or distributed operating system. Special types of operating systems have been developed to control networks. A single operating system assigned to all the computer on the network is referred to a distributed operating system. Okay, a single operating system assigned to all the computers on the network is referred as a distributed operating system. This distributed operating system is very common on the LAN, local area network. Okay, a network which is always makes resource available to all the computer on the LAN. Okay, a network of operating system, it makes resource available to all the computer on the LAN. Novell Network, Netfare and Windows NT are the popular network operating system. You can see here Novell Netware and Windows NT are the popular network operating system. Now let's see about the user interface. The word interface means the way the user interact with the computer system. Computer systems have different types of interface. Graphical user interface, that is GUI, your command line interface, that is called your CLI. So first talk about the graphical user interface. In a graphical user interface, we click on icons to run the programs which gives instruction to the computer. Okay. In a graphical user interface, we click on icons to run the programs which gives instruction to the computer. Your graphical user interface have components such as your windows, icons buttons, menus, scroll bar, drop down menus and dialog boxes by which the user interact with the system. Input is accepted by the keyboard and mouse. Okay, the input which is given by you is accepted by the keyboard and mouse. The advantages of your graphical user interface is that that they are very user friendly. Okay, this graphical user interface, they are very user friendly. Windows by Microsoft and Mac OS by Apple computers, both like your Bharat operating system solution developed in India are example of your graphical user interface. The Windows operating system was introduced in the early 1980s as a user interface for personal computers by Microsoft. Okay, since then Windows has been constantly upgraded and Microsoft has periodically released newer version of the OS. After Windows 95, the other version were Windows 98, Windows ME, Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8 and the latest in the series is your Windows 10. Okay, these are the some graphical user interface. Now let's see about the command line interface or CLI. A command line interface is a means of interacting with a computer program where the user issues commands to the program in the form of your successive line of text. Okay, this command line interface means it is interacting with a computer program where the user issues commands to the program in the form of your successive line of text. There are no icons or graphics. In this command line interface, there is no icons or graphics. MS-DOS, Linux, Unix are some popular example of your command line interface. So here your chapter is see, next is you will see about the mobile operating system. Mobile operating system is the operating system that controls a smartphone, tablet, PDA or any other mobile devices. Okay, this mobile operating system, it controls a smartphone, tablet, PDA or any other mobile devices. It is a software platform on top of which other applications run. Mobile operating systems have additional features for touchscreen, cellular, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, mobile navigation, camera, video camera, speech recognition, then voice recorder, music player, access to the internet for email, instant messaging, text messaging, as well as the Word documents, contact list, and many more we are getting in the mobile operating system. Some of the most common and well-known mobile operating systems are: first is your Android developed by your Google, second your Symbian developed by the Symbian and now maintained by your Accenture. Okay, then iOS from your Apple Links, then your Windows Mobile from your Microsoft. These are the some most popular operating system or mobile operating system. So here we concluded your chapter. Please go through the question answer and complete it.